Alright, we're going to get this started really quick here. Just testing the new overlay, and it looks like it is working. So I've got to go to where... Alright, good. So we can... Let's see how that goes. I don't know if it can do two overlays at once, or if it's just one or the other, but we'll see what it looks like. It doesn't have a preview. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so today I want to talk real quick. This won't be a long one, but I want to talk about the Field Medic achievement, which I just finished like an hour ago. And I want to specifically talk about what made it easier to do. And the reason I'm going over this is because we, for one, have a release date for Battle for Azeroth, which is the 14th of August. And so if I look at the calendar, it's April 7 today. April 14's in a week. So we've got April, May, June, July, August. We have 4 months until Battle for Azeroth actually launches. But here's the thing, is there is a pre-patch, which will be 8.0 point something. And the pre-patch is when usually this sort of stuff goes away. So things like challenge appearances from the Mage Tower for your artifact weapon, and things like the Field Medic achievement or Ahead of the Curve, those things will very, very likely not be achievable anymore come patch 8.0. And so historically, the pre-patch has come about 4 to 6 weeks before the actual expansion launches. So April 14, so we go back 4 weeks, that is April 14, August 14, we go back 4 weeks, that's July 14. But that's only 4. So really, 1st of July is probably when the pre-patch is going to hit. And so if we look at it that way, we've got half of April and all of May and all of June. So we have 2.5 months. But something else that Ian Hazzikostas said is that they're looking at the timing of when the pre-patch is released versus when the expansion is released, and they said they're going to do some stuff with that because of how much story content is coming in the pre-patch. So that kind of makes me think it might be even sooner. So just to be safe, I'm going to recommend everybody just plan on the pre-patch being the middle of June, which gives you 2 months, which gives you 8 weeks to finish those things. So real quick, the things that are going away forever that you cannot attain after the pre-patch comes out. Number 1 is Field Medic, and I'm going to get to Field Medic in just a minute. Number 2 is the Mage Tower appearances for your artifacts. So like the this bear form, not achievable after the pre-patch. And the Sparkle Kitty cat form, the Owl Resto appearance, and the Mana Scythe of Elune, and then all of the other classes and their specs and their Mage Tower appearances. Those are not going to be obtainable after the pre-patch. The other thing is Ahead of the Curve, because that's when that typically resets, is the pre-patch for that. Or I think it says patch 8.0 on the achievement in the alpha now. If not, it might be the actual expansion release, but to be on the safe side, plan on 8.0. And then finally, there's 2 more things. One is the Keymaster achievement, so beating a mythic dungeon on +15 difficulty within the timer, which also gives you a color variation on your second artifact appearance. That won't be achievable either. And then the last thing is the Chosen title, which not a lot of people seem to know about this. If you can do Trial of Valor with under some special conditions on Mythic, I think it's just nobody dying, but I'm not 100% sure on that because it's nowhere on my radar for stuff that you can do. That one won't be achievable anymore either for obvious reasons. So those are the things that are not going to be achievable anymore. And so Ahead of the Curve is obvious. Here's the thing: if you're not in a raiding guild that can do it for you, then pug until you can get one. Every once in a while, there's a group that can take you, or just pay someone to. I made a video very recently about how to make some gold. You can make enough gold to pay someone to get Ahead of the Curve and get the Violet Spellwing mount before it's too late. You've got 2 months to do it. That's enough time to make that much gold without a whole lot of trouble. So if it's important to you, pay someone to if you have no other option. You can pay someone for the Mythic Keystone plus 15. It costs about the same. And so if that's important to you as well, do that. The only thing you can't pay someone to do unless you really want to break terms of service is the Mage Tower appearances. And if there's enough of a demand, I might make something about how to do those, but there's really good guides on Wowhead. And my best advice is do everything you can to outgear it and then just face roll it because you have a lot of gear. I had to do it to a certain extent to do it that way. But on to Field Medic. Field Medic is where, if you've been playing Legion for a while, you've gone around and after you kill some stuff in a zone, you'll get these things like a bloody letter or a crumpled note or a fevered plea or these things. And then it gives you a quest to go and treat somebody who's ill. Now, this is completely ridiculous because that person has been lying there. I mean, I had one of these in my quest log for weeks sometime, and that guy is dead. He bled out. I know it. Or he died of his fever, or his bones were broken and he threw a bunch of clots, or he had crush syndrome, or whatever it was. And so this is like ridiculous. The whole way the first aid quests go is ludicrous if you really think about it, because these people, there's just no way writing a letter. There's no way that writing a letter when you have a first aid injury is going to make any sense at all. It's just silly. Nobody's going to get it in time, but here we are. And to make matters worse, the way that you get these things is by killing stuff. And so the way you get the first aid achievement, the crowning achievement for first aid, because first aid's going away in Battle for Azeroth, the way you get the crowning achievement is effectively complete genocide. And so how you get these things is there's 10 of them, and then there's for the first achievement, and then you need to get all of them. I think there's 14 or 15. I'm not going to count them, but there's a bunch of them there, about 15. Anyway, the way you get it is by getting each one of these quest items to drop and then doing the quest. And you can look on Wowhead for what exact materials you need. You're going to need to be first aid level at least 800 to get all of them. To do that quickly, whenever the Darkmoon Faire is up, go do the quest for first aid. That'll help a bit, but first aid is not hard to level up at all. And some of these are going to require you to do Set Bone, which needs 800, I believe. So anyway, to get these, a couple of things to know. Number one is they each drop in specific places, or at least they're zone drops, but certain mobs have a higher chance to drop them. And number two, you can only have one of these quests active at a time. So if you get one you've already done, immediately abandon the quest so that you can get a different one next time you have a good chance to drop. I went around and farmed stuff by myself. I went on Wowhead, looked at the comments, and found what is the best way, where do these things drop, what's the best stuff to get it. And I learned a couple of things from that, one that's sort of important and one that is very important. The sort of important one is don't be fooled by the ones that have the highest drop chance, because those tend to take a long time to respawn. You want to find the things that respawn instantly. So, for like Val'sharah, in each of the zones, you've got little happy spots where stuff respawns quickly. And so Azuna and Val'sharah are kind of special because you can go to the Gloaming Reef and there's Murlocs right here that respawn very quickly that count for both of them for some reason. There's other places in Azuna where things respawn very fast. Again, you can look on Wowhead, just look up the Field Medic achievement, and then there's some really good comments in there that tell you all the best spots to go to. And so I won't take forever to explain that because it's just really that simple. So you can find all of that stuff in there. But the ones that I found that are particularly great are the Gloaming Reef. I would suggest spending most of your time for Val'sharah and Azuna right here because there's Murlocs and they respawn like the dickens. If you have done all the Azuna ones and you just have Val'sharah left, then come over here. There are Grells that respawn here really, really fast. This place is great because if you already have the Azuna ones done, then going here it just increases the chance that you'll get one you've already gotten before. So that's why when Azuna is done, then you want to come over here. For Suramar, in Suramar City, there is a spot right over here. In fact, I'm going to start flying there because that's one that's worth actually showing you. We'll get to that. But there's a spot over there where the Loyalist sycophants in this little circular tower where they respawn very quickly. And so those are the ones, that spot is good.
if you've got an item level of like 910 to 920, you should probably be able to solo that area. They respawn once a minute, and it's pretty quick, pretty efficient. In Stormheim, the place that I found was really good. There's two of them. There is this one over here where there's all these little murlocs, and that's really good if you've got ranged abilities that that hit in an AoE that you can spam, like Sunfire, because you can pull a bunch of them up. But the place that finally really did a lot of it for me was there's this place over here in the Runewood where there's a world quest that actually spawns, and you can pull a ton of these guys, and they just respawn instantly. And they're called like runic carvers or runebound carvers or something like that. But that place was really awesome for Stormheim. And there's a few of them that actually drop a little more often from some of the Warden towers in Stormheim, but as far as I can tell, they all spawn. They're zone wide, and it doesn't make a difference. But maybe it does. Highmountain was a bit of a different scenario because I ended up just accidentally getting all the Highmountain ones without really trying. So for Highmountain, again, look on the Wowhead comments, but I'm going to show you that place in Suramar, and then I'm going to tell you the big secret to making this easy, because I went around and got it took me a year of playing Legion to get, without a whole lot of trying, but to get the one to where you save 10 people. Not all of them, but 10. And by the time I got 8 of them, I really thought, okay, I want to finish this. So I started farming them up, and I probably spent a good 8 to 10 hours on my own farming this stuff to try and get it. And it was very painful and slow and obnoxious. So I don't recommend doing it that way. I recommend doing it the way I'm going to show you. But the spot in Suramar is right over here. And so if we look on the map, it's just up here in this circular area. The coordinates are like 54, 64, and it's these loyalist sycophants. These 3 groups of them and this dude right here. And you can just tear these suckers apart, and they respawn once a minute. They're great. So that's the Suramar spot. And it's really just the 4 zones you have to worry about. And so now here's the secret. What you want to do is you want to go in here to the group finder, into pre-made groups and custom. And then you want to just go find a group, and you want to type in here, it's a big thing, Field Medic. And you will find groups for Field Medic in specific zones. And then you just join that group, see where everyone is, and go there. And what you do is you just kill everything you can find in that small area, and you're just constantly killing and looting everything. And what happens is whenever somebody kills something, everyone gets loot rights to it. And the way that repopulations work in areas like that, they're different from this because these spawn on a timer after they're all dead. But in some of the areas like where all of those Grells are, as soon as certain packs of mobs have been cleared, then they all respawn. And so you can kill all of the packs in an area, but if one of them is left alive, that's part of kind of that group of packs of mobs, then they'll just sit there, and that one group will still be left. But if you kill all of the packs of mobs, then they all respawn in that area. And so you have everyone sort of spread out, and you all just kill the mobs together, and then they respawn instantly, and then you just kill them again and they respawn instantly. So you have this endless stream of mobs that are all dropping it. Now these things will have a much lower chance to drop the thing you want than some of the special ones. Like you'll even see stuff that has like a 2 to 5% chance to drop it, and these other ones have like 0.1 or 0.02% chance to drop. But when you do the math, waiting 5 to 10 minutes for a 5% thing to respawn, or killing like 600 of them inside of that 10 minutes, it's much more efficient to just kill the 600. So join a group, and then every time someone kills one, everyone gets loot rights to it. And so if you're in a group of 5 people, it is increasing the rate at which you're getting possible drops of the thing by 5. So it's 500% faster. It's awesome. So that's the secret, is to get into a group and do it with other people. It's just like the fishing in the Warlords of Draenor Garrison. So it's, no big revelation or anything, but that was the thing that made a difference to me. And to give you oh my gosh, shut up everybody. To give you an idea of how much of a difference it made, I still had 3 of them to go this morning, and today was the first day I tried grouping them. Yes, what is that? It's a rare. Where is he? This was the first day I tried grouping them, and it made a difference because I got my last 3 of them today and finished off the achievement just by that one difference. He didn't even drop me anything. He's probably, I don't know what he's for. It doesn't matter. So head out there, don't be antisocial, and get a group of people and help. So just to demonstrate some of this respawn concept, let me kill some of these right here. So I kill those, and if you look, there's not a bunch of them coming back. But if I kill this one and this one, there's going to be a little bit more, but we have to find all the ones nearby because they're not respawning on a timer. But if you clear out enough of them, then it forces a repopulation of everything in the area. This is where I spent quite a bit of time here today. We'll just go and keep going and killing a bunch of them, and then you'll see them all pop up again as soon as we get enough. There they start. But by the time you get around to that side, this side's back up again because you've cleared out enough of them, and there's like the game has a minimum amount of them that need to be alive at a time. And so if you take a look, just me by myself, there's all of these. But imagine if 4 other people were killing everything else there and forcing it to respawn 4 times faster. You can see how very, very fast it would be to get all of this stuff. And so that's the secret to getting Field Medic. So take the time you have. You can get it in just a few days of spending a few hours a day getting it, even if you haven't done anything yet, if you just follow that little bit of advice. Get into a group and just brute force your way through it with all of your friends. Make some friends and go do it, or just join a random group in the group finder. I've said before that I think the group finder is one of the best things ever added to WoW, and I still believe it because it has gotten me a ton of extra stuff done. So that's the secret to getting Field Medic. Just to summarize it again, jump into a group with a group finder and go to one of the special spots. They're all listed on Wowhead, where it'll even say best spot for a 5-man group, and you want to go there. Don't join a raid because you can't get them to drop in a raid. And then if you get one that drops and you already have done that one, immediately abandon the quest so that you can get another, because you can only hold one of the quests at a time. And then make sure if you get one that requires higher first aid than you have the skill to do, don't abandon it. Go skill your first aid up and then go do it, because it'll take less time to skill up first aid than it will to get that one to drop again. So that's how you do Field Medic. Make sure that you get it if you want it, because there's a title. I'm not even wearing the title, but I got it. Where is it? Field Medic, because it's in alphabetical order. Field Medic Never Sage. I'm going to put that on for a while because not a lot of people have it. So this is going away in 2 to 2.5 months' time. It'll be unobtainable. So if you want to get something that's pretty cool that not a whole lot of people have, now's your chance. So thank you for watching. I hope that this helped some of you, especially if you're trying to get this title, and if not, maybe you didn't even know about it. I have a buddy who is in the Army who is actually a medic, and he doesn't play anymore because he's too busy and other reasons, but I got this title in his honor. He's still alive. It's not like a memorial, but he's a medic, and so now I'm a medic too, but like not a real medic because it's not even the same thing at all. But anyway, I appreciate the people that serve to keep countries safe, and whether or not you agree with the people giving them orders or how they do things or anything about it, anybody who's willing to give of their time and put their life in danger just in the attempt to keep other people safe and free deserves respect and deserves recognition, whatever else they do. So an official, in bird form, I'll just flap and be thankful for people that serve that serve a country, any country, because it's a really great thing. And that goes out to policemen and firefighters and first responders, anybody who does something that helps other people. Even if you're just the kind of person who doesn't have any special training, but you see somebody in trouble and you go and help them, you still deserve the respect too. So, blah, blah, blah. That's me pontificating. Questions in chat. Will you make gold farming guides again? Yeah, I guess. If I run into something that's really good, but specifically, I try to avoid farming because it takes too long. And so that's what my gold making methods are really about, is what are the ways I can do it and stay lazy, because I'm just really not all that crazy about spending a bunch of time farming stuff for gold. But I'll tell you what, doing this achievement, I probably made several thousand gold today by looting stuff, just out farming for these things, because I got a ton of greens. And yeah, TSM guides, sort of. I mean, I went over TSM a decent amount, and really there are guides on YouTube already for TSM that are better than anything I could do. So I would say look up the existing ones. Look up TSM setup WoW in YouTube and find the one that has the most views from within the last year. And that's the way that I did it, and I followed it to a T. And the two things you want to know how to set up are how to set up your groups for aggressive selling and conservative selling, and then how to set up the sniper. There's a string for sniper that you need to set up, and it's in options and under shopping, and there's sniper settings. And so this is the thing that you want. And I mean, I suppose that, I suppose I can put this in the description, because it's just really not that hard to do. So, tell you what, I will look at this and see if I can make a guide on it if there's enough interest in it, because it's not hard at all. You just set it up and then you forget about it. There's really like 3 things to set, and that's good. So I'll look over my stuff and see about making a guide on it if people are interested enough in it. But anyway, that's it for Field Medic. I hope you guys enjoy it. And if there are specific things you would like me to talk about or cover or share my views on, then please leave a comment in a video or send a comment straight to the channel. And if it's something I haven't covered, I'll be happy to cover it. Or if it's something that I haven't covered in a while and it's changed, I'd be happy to cover it again. The format of the channel now is quite organic, which I think serves it better, because the game evolves and it changes. And I would say half of the content that I've put out over the last few years that I've been doing this is not entirely accurate anymore because of how much the game has changed. So whatever you want to learn about or what you want me to cover, just put it in a comment, and I will, whatever the most interesting thing is, I will make a video about it. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope that you are able to get all your stuff done before it's too late. Battle for Azeroth is coming soon. I think it's going to be great, and I do have more to say about all of the new Battle for Azeroth stuff coming out, but I want to let a little bit of it simmer down and spin around in my head before I go and talk about it, just so that I've got all the information I need. So anyway, that's enough rambling from me. Okay, thanks, bye.